What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and all that good stuff. What we gonna talk about right now is, hold on, before we even start, first, can you like, subscribe, share on all your social media platforms, and after the video, if you have any feedback, leave a description. What we're going to be talking about today is the black man's option. And when I say the black man's option, I'm not talking about the group that Charles Tyler made on Facebook, rest in peace. I'm talking about the idealism of the black man's option and kind of sort of how it coincides with the matrix mindset and getting away from the matrix, this, that, and the third. Let's get right into it. The black man's option is kind of sort of, in my opinion, leave America and deal with foreign women that are of Africoid descendants, or just leave the country and don't deal with American women in general. And at the end of the day, I feel like the propaganda and the speech that comes from people that coincide with this black man's option of getting away from America is kind of one-sided, and it seems to serve one person at it seems to serve just the one person who's really promoting it, this, that, and the third. You have brothers out here that are not happy with African American women. At the end of the day, let's be honest. Black women are, this day and age, are pretty difficult to deal with. Now, when you have this black man's option, which is sort of the black person's version of MGTOW, men going their own way, sometimes reality gets away from us and the truth is not put out there. Like, dude, at the end of the day, and I'm not hating dudes for what they do, but I want people to be accountable, number one, and I want people to realize why people are gravitating towards you when you go to different countries. If you go to different countries, look, at the end of the day, yes, there are beautiful women in different countries. There's beautiful women in America, beautiful black women. I'm not saying you have to be stuck with them like some other dudes do. But what I'm saying is you have to know the realism of what you're getting into and separate that from the propaganda and the videos that are being put on YouTube and on Facebook, as far as you being treated a certain way by different caliber of women of different races in different countries. If you go to a third world country, Dominican Republic, Colombia, Brazil, Thailand, and when I say third world, it just means that they are not associated with NATO. It has nothing to do with their social and economic situation, but it kind of does at the same time, because most of these countries are poor because they don't really make anything or have any sort of economy except tourism. So when you go to a place where there's no jobs and you have a whole bunch of women that are beautiful, naturally beautiful, because they have that melanin in them and a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but that melanin most of the time takes control of everything and gives them that Africoid beauty that you have in Brazilians and Dominicans and Haitians and Colombians and this, that, and the third. When you go to these countries, yeah, you're going to a country that prostitution is legal because they really don't have any economy to sustain a person. They don't have, it's not like when the president becomes the president, they talk about we're going to bring the economy up in in this country. They have no real economy except tourism and, little things. It's like there's not enough work for the population for them to, strive and thrive. So yeah, you have pretty looking women that are going to be involved in the oldest profession in the game, prostitution. All right. Now you got brothers that go to these countries and fall straight in love. Yes, if you are in America and you're dealing with black women and you have a baby moms or ex-wife and you had a bad experience with these Negropean women, yeah, I would go to these countries, have fun, do what you're going to do, spend your money, this, that, and the third, because it's legal, and then come back to reality, unless you're going to pack up and just move to that country. And if you do that, that's a whole different subject that we'll get into, maybe even in this video. But you have to realize you are getting love because of your dollar. You are bringing the economics to the table. At the end of the day, if the chick is a prostitute or if she's straight up trying to get money for sex up front or trying to do the what I call the long game, playing the long game, act like she's down for you, this, that, and the third, and she's not asking for money up front. Then you wind up turning into a sucker and getting married, and all of a sudden you gotta support the mother, the father, the uncle, the cousin who's really her daggone boyfriend from the beginning, and that's what it really was. It wasn't pure love. It wasn't natural love. And then you have a lot of dudes that just have a default mindset of fuck American women, fuck black American women. At the end of the day, you are out there. You are you are looked at as a source of income. There's no, and I always said this, there's no shortage of men in these countries that these women don't want to deal with them. There's no shortage of men in Brazil. There's no shortage of Brazilian men, Dominican men, Colombian men, Thai men. There's no shortage of these dudes. There's a shortage of money. So when you got situations where you need to pay the bills and put food on the table, yeah, you will have a female who is submissive. Just like in the United States, if you take away child support, if you take away alimony for married couples that get divorced, if you take that out of the picture, and if you take a lot of these women out of the workforce, how it was and how it used to be, where men used to work and the women used to be stay-at-home moms taking care of the house and the man take care of the finance. If if you bring this economic structure in the United States, you will have a bunch of submissive women that will shut up and take it, because at the end of the day, a woman is only concerned with her stability. How can she be safe? That's why when you're hitting it from behind, she's calling you daddy. You are the father figure. You are the one that is securing whatever. As long as a female is secure, and that's all females want, is security. I don't give a fuck if she's a prostitute in the United States, a real working woman in the United States, or a daggone PhD professional. They want stability from a man. And if they can't get stability from a man, they'll get stability from some sort of instrument that will make you pay them, or they will get stability from the same sex, another woman. And you dudes have to really understand this. Like, you're going to these countries and you're like, yo, I'm getting treated like a king. I tell you what, go to these countries, right? You pay your airfare, you pay your hotel, you stay for a week, bring enough money for you to buy some beer, buy some food, and not buy some pussy. I guarantee you, most of you dudes will not be able to seal the fucking deal with these women. It is a what's in it for me transaction. It is not love. And dudes on these forums and on these websites and on YouTube need to stop false advertising it. It's like they always sell you the good, but they'll never sell you the bad. They'll never tell you when dudes that went out to these countries and got involved with these women wind up going through financial heartache and really getting used because they found out that, oh, in this culture, you got to pay for the family. You got to pay for the mother. My cousin's sick. We need money. Da 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 da. Then you stupid motherfuckers bring these bitches back to the United States, and then you're really finished. You see what I'm saying? They don't tell you these stories. They don't tell you about the stories, and a lot of these stories ain't even in the Caribbean. You have them in the Caribbean like DR, but I've seen a lot of them, especially on YouTube, that happen to white European men, either British or Australian, going to Thailand, and they marrying these chicks, and for some reason I don't think you could own property if you're not a Thai citizen, but they'll marry these chicks, get a house, the house will be in the Thai woman's name, and then she'll drop him like a bad habit, and they'll be married, and she'll have her side dude, who was her a real husband, move in and take over. Like that, this is the shit that's not being publicized. At the end of the day, all this black man's option shit and matrix shit, it sounds good on paper, but a lot of dudes don't want to come to the realization you are only getting love in these countries because you have money. Now, if you go to these countries and your whole demeanor is to live out there and buy a whole bunch of pussy, you're going to be broke very fast. If you want to wake up and drink beers and fuck prostitutes all day, unless you got a boatload of fucking money coming in every month, that shit don't work. The shit works for the dudes that come down there, say, okay, you know what, the United States is very expensive. They might find one girl. She might not be ain't shit, but they both dealing with each other. She brings something to the table as far as looks and pussy, and he'll bring the stability every month. If you do shit like that, yeah, it might work out. There's stories where it works out, and there's stories where it don't work out, and dudes are not telling that part of the story. You have some dudes that have moved to Brazil thinking that they're going to marry chicks and this, that, and the third, and the shit don't work out because they didn't bring what they were supposed to bring to the table financially, and the bitch is like, well, shit. It's like that 90-Day Fiance shit. You can't have me out here and you supposed to support me. It's about what's on this shirt right here. Capitalism. What's in it for me? And this Black Man's Options movement and mystery of it, it's not being real truthful at the end of the day. It's serving certain people so they can sell so they could sell tours to certain countries at a inflated fucking price so they could get a decent ass profit margin and create a business out of it. But it's not truthful. And it's fucked up that black people are doing it to themselves, and they always seem to do it to themselves and complain and whine and bitch. And yeah, I might get some slack and niggas might say this, that, and the third, but prove me the fuck wrong. Y'all dudes are not good. Your American dollar is strong. They know that. You know this. These same, look, at the end of the day, if y'all want to go out and especially like in DR, y'all going to Sasua and motherfuckers fussing about paying these bitches $200, $300, this, that, and the third, American prostitution prices. At the end of the day, you could do the same thing on Instagram with these fake Instagram models that's charging the same fucking shit. Like, it's not a shortage of bad bitches in America, and it's not a shortage of bad bitches in these other countries. What it boils down to is a lot of these men just don't have enough confidence to say what they want, do what they want, and be happy. Like, going to another country to fuck prostitutes, if that makes you happy, yeah, that's cool, but that's kind of a shallow way to see happiness, this, that, and the third. And to shame all African American women in the United States, it's not always their fault. Because I guarantee you, and this is the kicker, these bitches that you fucking with in these other countries will be in your inbox and, oh, my mother's sick, my child's sick, can you send me some money? God forbid. And the shit happened to me and I wasn't even fucking no bitches. I'm married and I don't got a front about that. But the shit happened to me. And this is why I'm like, these dudes knock African American women, but at the end of the day, the Black Man's Option kind of, let's get into it. I came back from DR, went on vacation with my friends. Like I said, I'm married, not going for hoes, chilling, doing a fellowship, whatever. And this is what we do. So when I come back from the Dominican Republic, a week later, I get laid off from my job. Now, if that shit happens to you, and you got one of these daggone third world country bitches that you done fucking saved and brought to this country, what's she gonna do? She gonna take her motherfucking ass back to the Dominican Republic or Cuba or wherever the fuck you got this bitch from. And at the end of the day, these motherfuckers, and it's on all the forums online and the travel groups on Facebook and Instagram, this, that, and the third. Bitches always go and say, my daughter's sick, my son's sick, can you Western Union me some money? You could look at videos online talking about Western Union poppies and this, that, and the third. I guarantee you, if you fell on hard times, you cannot go in one of these pretty bitches' inbox and say, yo, I'm fucked up, can you send me $300? But I guarantee you, any of those bitches that you used to fuck with while you was in the Matrix, that you either had a relationship with and didn't burn bridges or had a child with, if you say, look, Sheila, this, that, and the third, I fell on hard times, I'm trying to get back on my feet, I need some money to keep the lights on, or go get on the bus and take a cab to go to this job interview. I guarantee these same bitches that y'all dog on Facebook and other forms of social media will not be happy, but they'll look out for you. I guarantee it. It will be a better, bigger percentage of these African Americans that you call matrix females with the matrix mindset that y'all fucking despise so much. And you should despise them if you know they trying to play you or this, that, and the third, but you shouldn't take it personal because a lot of y'all dudes is taking this shit personal. I guarantee you, they'll throw you some ones, some ducats, some American motherfucking dollars, and put them in your goddamn pocket before any of these bitches in another country will. Because you are nothing but a fucking a dollar sign to these bitches. You don't have to like the way the fucking pill tastes, but you're going to swallow this motherfucker today. And that's the bottom line. You know, go have your fun, but realize what it is. If you look, I would respect a grown ass man that has been through the ringer with females in the United States, or he just doesn't like females in the United States and he wants to fuck a bad bitch. If he comes to the realization, because a lot of these white dudes that have money come to the realization like, yo, I'm not all of that, but I have money. And I know what this situation is. I know what this situation is. Shit, look at Donald Trump. That nigga married a fucking escort. She's a third world fucking Ukrainian bride. Like, come on. He knows she don't like him for him. And she knows he only likes her because that's what he wants. So it really is a quid pro quo. What's in it for me? You have something that I want. I have something that you want. Together, we can get both what we want, and that's what it is. I respect people that come up with that sort of ideology instead of trying to trick your mind and saying, these bitches really love me and they treat me like a king, this, that, and the third. These bitches will not be, y'all post all these videos on Instagram and Twitter. These bitches will not be in your daggone house cooking y'all food if y'all don't bring any money to the table. Y'all game is not that fucking tight. I guarantee none of y'all dudes that have went out there can literally say to any of these countries, I had a bitch pull up, fuck me, and then drop off some cheese and leave. A lot of dudes can say it in the States. A lot of these dudes can't say it in these third world countries. Like I said, it's a big pill to swallow. You go taste the motherfucker. Go get you some water, nigga. At the end of the day, that wraps it up. It's nothing against the Black Man's Option Facebook group or the group that Charles Tyler. It's just the term Black Man's Option. The mystic of it, what it represents, and what a lot of brothers are choosing to represent behind that word, not the group per se, because just like in anything, one person can't define a whole culture or a whole race of people. But when you talk about the Black Man's Option, the Black Man's Option is dudes, you know, being upset with how black women are treating them, but also give some responsibility and accountability to the United States government that's helping these women thrive off of your labor after having kids with them and after marrying them and going through divorces and this, that, and the third, and women caking up off of your labor. Give the United States government some of that accountability too. And that has a lot to do with dealing with the matrix and the matrix mindset. It's more than just black women. Yes, black women and black men together, we have to sit down and come up with some sort of level ground and get the shit where we respect each other. Because a lot of these dudes have children, and a lot of these children are black females. And the same way you're dissing these black females, you're dissing your daughter and making it bad for her to procreate and keep your name going on and be in a healthy relationship, you know? And a lot of times it's not for everybody. A lot of dudes just want to go to different countries, fuck what they want to fuck, and this, that, and the third, and keep it how it is, and realize that's what it is, instead of coming up with this mysticism of, oh, the black woman ain't shit. If you want to thrive in a relationship, go to a third world country. You want to do that? Stay in the country for a year and meet you a real girl. And act like you and come into America. Come in, we gonna call it come into Sasua. And act like you were just a dude that don't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, and your money's low, and you're not out there to buy pussy, and see who's going to be down for you. I've always said this. If you want to know if a girl is down for you, lose your job. You will see how motherfuckers have your back when you lose your fucking source of income and can't take care of a household. End of the day, Rels Rants Reloaded. Hope you liked it. Subscribe, share. Still got the free stock. Go get your free stock. It's free. You don't have to add no money to the account. You get a stock and it goes up, it goes down, but it's yours. It's free and you added no money into it. I'm trying to add value to y'all. I'm trying to get y'all some fucking money and get me some money at the same time for free. You ain't got to sign up to anything. Like, subscribe, share. I appreciate y'all. Peace.